Tara West with me. She is a Boston-based fashion stylist. She is super, super amazing. I'll
Thank
tell
you.
you some facts about her. She's been voted multiple times Boston's best A-list fashion blog and listed among the top 100 fashion blogs in the country. Can you believe it? Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, congratulations. That's such an achievement. And
thank you.
I've seen your blog and it's super helpful. And, it's just so amazing to read it. You have such in-depth insight into, how the workings of fashion go, how women should dress, or how we should, feel about our body. It's amazing. And I'll talk more about, my first time meeting with Tara, and I'll let her introduce herself as well.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm glad it worked out. I absolutely love everything that you do too, so it's mutual. And so I'm a fashion stylist here in Boston, and I have a fashion blog. I also just started a podcast with a friend who's a business woman who helps businesses, up and running, and that's called Shorts. So you guys should check it out. It's just a bite-sized podcast, shorter than a normal podcast, giving tips and tricks and, style thoughts, and it's great. So it's busy. You got to keep doing a lot of different things to keep it going. But I love what I do, and I'm happy spring is coming because I really have a great feeling that people are going to be shopping because we're ready.
So ready. I'm like, I have COVID blues now. I'm like, where can I go? I keep wanderlusting on my laptop, keep checking out photos of travel and what I could be wearing at a beach resort. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait for this to be over and just start shopping and going out. So yes, I'm pretty hopeful too.
I think that we're now almost a year into this pandemic. And I think when people start to realize their spring clothing was things that they've been wearing for a very long time, they're going to want some new stuff. I know I do for sure.
And I think we are all done with our sweats now. We can't be in our PJs anymore.
No, we got to step it up.
No more PJs.
I know, no more PJs.
And I remember the first time I met Tara was about 4 or 5 years ago when I was based in Boston. And I reached out to her if she wanted to do a fashion interview with me, put some clothes on, we talk about fashion. And I remember seeing you for the first time. You were well dressed, so well spoken, super clear on what looks good on you or, what could look good on others. I was so impressed by, your clarity about what is your own personal style and what works for you and what you're comfortable with. And I thought that, that your knowledge of your own personal style spoke so much to your knowledge about how you can help other people dress better or how you can solve their, fashion problems. So, and it stuck with me, I still remember that.
I remember that. Well, thank you. And I remember that shoot too, because your pieces are so beautiful and they're, different than maybe something that I would typically have worn. But the pictures that I took with you are still some of my favorite things. And I think I talked about this earlier. I did an interview earlier with another designer, and we talked about how important it is to try things on. Because I think sometimes we see things and we're not used to it, like maybe a bold pattern or a different style cut or something. And you never know until you put it on. You could actually really like it.
Yeah, and it's fashion is about experimenting because then you try something, you like something and you want to stick to it, but then you start getting bored and you don't even realize that you can introduce some kind of newness to your wardrobe and how much more joy and fun it could bring. Like when I wear a bold color or a bold print, I feel so happy the entire day. Like a bold colored maxi dress would put me in such fun mood. And I wouldn't wear a maxi dress, I'm also, my style is evolving as I grow. So even I realize things as I go. And that's what I try to tell people, if you try new things that you've never done before. You never know if you might like it. So, go out and try new things.
Yes, and I love what you just said, because I talk a lot about the psychology of fashion because I used to be a therapist. And truthfully, there's so much psychology, because if you feel good in what you're wearing when you start the day off, you're going to have a really good day, rather than trying to put something on that doesn't fit right, or you just don't feel comfortable with it. It's a mindset, kind of what you're saying. Like, it's a real mindset. Like, if you love it, you're going to have a great day. You're going to feel good. We all feel confident when we look good.
Yes, that's perfectly right. It's like having a good hair day or having a good skin day. So, I have actually, the way my day goes changes completely if I'm wearing something I feel good and confident in. So, I just feel better about myself. I feel so much sure about myself. And it's not about selling something or, telling people that this is how you should feel, but it's coming from a place of personal experience. And
Absolutely.
of course, who doesn't like when you bring joy to others by
Yes,
what you're wearing and, getting
100%.
getting compliments.
I was going to say too, as a designer, you probably know, and I talk a lot about this with my clients, is tailoring pieces. Because if you put something on and it doesn't fit right, don't dismiss it, because you can really get it tailored. And you should go through your closet, and if there's things you just don't know, get it tailored, because as you know, when things fit right, it makes the outfit look so much better.
Oh, most definitely. And, on that point, if someone cannot get a piece tailored or, hasn't done it before, what is your advice on an instant fix for a loose dress?
Well, for, like a quick fix, well, I have a lot of tricks. First of all, I think a belt is always necessary. Always necessary. You can elevate any outfit with a belt. And I never was really into belts, but now I swear by them. Like, it's such an easy fix. I just had to go to a meeting the other day, and my pants, because I'm short, were way too long. And I just didn't have time to go to the tailor. So I actually pin them up. Like, you can make it so it's not totally noticeable, and you can get through the day in that, just fudge it a little bit.
And we all fudge a little bit because most of us are not supermodels. We are average height, average bodied moms with mom body issues, or with all of us have issues. And honestly, for so long I was not confident about my body, although I was much smaller than I am right now. I used to always feel like, oh, I have a little muffin top, or I have a little, I have bigger on my legs or whatever. And now when I look back, I realize that, I shouldn't have been, and I feel much more confident in my body now.
Yeah.
Although I'm a bigger size now and I have a child. So it's all about, kind of fixing the problems and feeling good about it. Like you said, kind of pinning those pants and, just getting through the day and feeling good. Because
Yeah.
you're not going to grow now. But what you can do is accept what your body is and just love it the way it is.
Yes, and I always say accentuate the positive. There's definitely something that we all like about our bodies. I know there's things that we don't like, but there are certain things that we really do like. Everybody has something they do like. So accentuate that, whether it's your legs, or you have toned arms, or, you like your neck. I mean, these are like, if you like that, show it.
Yeah, that's right. And I would say, think in your head instead of thinking all the negatives.
Yes.
Think all the positives and work on them, and kind of, think, oh, I love my neck. I have a really long, pretty neck. What can I do to, show that? And that is going to bring you so much joy and so much more confidence, and keep adding on to that list. So I think that's such good advice. Thank you, Tara.
Yes.
And I love your advice for a belt, because there's so many dresses that are kind of loose and you're like, oh my God, it's such a moo of a dress. And then you just throw on a belt on it and it looks amazing. And how else would you recommend people accessorize a boring look?
Well, I think that jewelry is always a good idea. Like, I don't tend to wear a lot of jewelry, but I think for spring, they're showing a lot of like layering, like a lot of layering of a necklace. I think that, even with what you're wearing, I love that you have an earring in. I think that, yeah, it's so pretty. And just like the little details of like how to, elevate the style. I always think a shoe is a really good idea, whether you're throwing on a sneaker to make it like really cool street style, or I really love an over the knee boot, what I'm wearing today with your dress that I love, which we'll get to in a minute. But I think that a shoe, it's just these little things, even a crossbody bag or a belt bag. Like a lot of times, you guys have probably seen on my Instagram, I wear this Gucci belt bag way too many times. But it's because I also use it like a belt, but it's also a bag.
Isn't that neat? I have been in love with belt bags. And guys, belt bags were what did you call them back in the day when it was the first time? A fanny pack?
Fanny pack.
And I loved it even back then when I was a child in India growing up. We used to see fanny packs in India as well, and I remember my dad having it, and it was fun. But now the new version, of a fanny pack, a belt bag, is super stylish. You could wear it as a belt, or you could do it like a crossbody. So it's super versatile, and it really, really adds to your entire look. And that
I always say, for all these people who got a dog in COVID, it's perfect because you can put their snacks in it, and it's hands-free. You don't have to keep picking it up over your shoulder. It's just sitting there. So it's really great.
I know. I mean, I have funny shoulders, I feel, and my bag keeps off, slipping off my shoulders. So I look at ladies with a belt bag and I'm like, oh my God, I need to get one, because I have a little one, and I need like 10 hands to manage him. So you need a belt bag.
Yes, invest in one. It's worth it.
It's worth it. And statement jewelry, definitely. How else do you feel one can add color to their look?
Well, I say don't be afraid of color, especially right now. A lot of what's happening, as you know, for spring is bright colors. I think people want to be happy, bring in these bright colors, patterns. I think you just try it on, see how it looks with your skin tone. And but don't be afraid. I think that in a lightweight sweaters are really pretty. Even I still like tying it around my neck or shoulders. Not my neck, my shoulders. You can bring a bright colored shoe in. Like if you're wearing an all white look, you could do like a pop of pink in your shoe. And again, you could bring in over crossbody, and that could be your pop of color. There's really subtle ways. You don't have to be head to toe. But I actually really do love a pop of color in clothing.
So yeah, don't you think it adds kind of this personal touch of, having this strong personal style, that you have that eye for color, and just adding like a pop of color really, really adds to that uniqueness of a look. So it could really work with some people. And I think it's probably the super easy starter way of introducing color into your wardrobe.
I agree. And I think, you could also do it with your lipstick. Like you have a beautiful color on right now. Like these are just subtle ways to add if you're afraid of it. But I think it just brightens up the look.
Yeah, most definitely. And in terms of spring color trends, what do you think women should, look for in terms of color when buying clothes?
Well, I know there's a lot of floral prints coming for spring, which I particularly love. And you can do it like a maxi dress, but if you want to minimize it a little, you could just do a top. It doesn't have to be like the full entire outfit. I see a lot of pinks, a lot of reds. I think you just need to play around. I really love green, and I think green is such a beautiful color that you can wear all year round. So I would play with it. I love orange. I love an orange bathing suit. I think that looks so good on everybody. So, just try out. But I think that there's so many options for the spring, which is really fun.
That sounds super exciting. I love orange. I did this orange maxi dress in my Art Deco collection, and it looks so stunning. That tangerine orange shade.
I love that.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. And while we are talking about swimsuits, and it's going to be swimsuit season soon, why don't you give us 5 beach wear essentials that you can think of? Yeah.
Well, funny enough is I just did a swimsuit shoot, which I was like, I live in Boston. It's the middle of winter, but I'll do it. But, a lot of the suits are the high-waisted. and I was very skeptical about how that would look, but it's actually very flattering. So try it. You know, a lot of one pieces again. A one-piece suit is very popular. I don't tend to wear them a lot because I'm short, and sometimes the one piece like kind of just takes over my whole body. But try it. Also, I never leave home without a sun hat. Sun hat, big sunglasses. That's how you'll always find me in the sun. I'm really, really invested in taking care of my skin. So I think that you should all have a really good hat, large sunglasses, and a cute beach tote. I love beach totes. And a lot of these cover-ups right now, like you can wear to dinner. It doesn't just have to be a cover-up for the beach. You can go from the beach to dinner. I mean, a lot of them are so pretty right now that you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, like we have a collection of, you know, these silk kimono cover-ups that go from beach to bar. So you could wear it, you know, you go to a stylish resort for, you know, a weekend, and you're just lounging around and you're getting your sun, you're getting your vitamin D, and then you just throw on the cover up. They're just gorgeous. And then you just walk and have your lunch or whatever, go to bar for drinks. So I think that's such a good idea now.
And you know what else it does? It minimizes your packing. So you don't have so much stuff to pack. So if you have a couple of cover-ups that you could do that with, it's perfect. You're not packing all like a ton of outfits, you know?
Oh no, totally agree. Because whenever I have to travel, and I tend to travel a lot, I dread packing.
Yeah.
And I have been trying to figure out a way where, you know, I could wear one piece that goes many different ways. And, you know, I get a ton of beautiful photos. Still, I don't feel like, oh my God, I didn't pack enough.
Yeah.
So that's a super, super clever way to not do the heavy lifting and still enjoy your vacation. So that's a really good point. Why don't you show the beautiful dress that you're wearing today?
I'm going to try to show this gorgeous piece. I love it. I love that there's a high-low. You can kind of see. I love this because it's so, first of all, it's so comfortable, but it's also just such a good fit. I love that it's just tailored in the waist, which I can, like you can kind of see it's a little tailored in the waist. And I love the sleeves. What inspired you to make this piece?
So this beautiful piece is from my Mexico collection that was inspired from Mexico City and from Frida Kahlo. And, you know, I'm so inspired by Frida Kahlo as a person, as a woman, as an artist. So it's her spirit that I tried to, you know, take inspiration from and infuse in all these clothes. That one jacket dress is, you know, it's actually kind of a jacket. So it's powerful up top. And then it's got that romanticism, that mysticism to it through the skirt. So it's kind of, you know, infusing that spirit. And it's one of my best-selling pieces. Women love that style.
Because, can I say one more other thing? It's perfect for a Zoom. Because you see how elegant this is right here? And still yet so appropriate. And I feel like I'm always asked, like, what should I wear for a Zoom? This is a perfect dress for that. Perfect.
Thank you. And I think everybody has been dressing up for Zoom now.
It's true. So it's time to dress for Zoom.
It's interesting how, you know, 2 years ago, none of us could have put this on our trend list, dressing up for Zoom.
I know. But that's the other thing is like you could really add jewelry to this. I don't have earrings on right now, but it's just such an elegant look. And I love the femininity of it all, of this piece, because I do love a feminine style. And I feel very feminine in it, yet except, like you said, but still powerful.
And that's what I want women to feel, because that's how I feel. You know, I am a feminist, but I probably am not like a bra burning feminist. You know, I embrace who I am. I embrace pink, but at the same time, I embrace the strength. And, you know, I know who I am and I know what I stand for. So, and that's what I want to reflect in my clothing. I want it to be happy. I want it to be sexy. I want it to be full of joy. And you know, I want women to be able to show who they are through the clothes I design for them. So that's the whole idea.
Well, that's definitely how I feel in this. And later, I think this week or weekend, I'm going to post, I did a little video of the unboxing of this and another dress that I'm going to show you in a minute. and what this looks like. You'll get a full picture of what it looks like.
Perfect. Tara looks stunning. I saw your story, and oh my God, I was like, you look so good.
It's
And,
the dress. It's
oh
the
no,
dress.
it's you as well.
I love it.
Honestly, the dress is a tool to make you look good. So the clothing is, you know, it's for the women who actually inspire me as well. And I make it a habit to talk to all, you know, lovely fashion stylists like yourself, fashion bloggers, take your input, you know, listen to how you feel and what you are looking for, because you know I cannot be designing in a vacuum. It's not
Yeah.
about my idea of what fashion is. It should be what your idea or what your need is with fashion, and that influences me every day in every collection, and you know, in how to improve or how to work on a design. So
Well,
thank you.
I think this dress is also great because you could take it from day to night. Like we're saying, like this easy type of dressing, like, and this probably travels very well, I'm assuming. So here's another way you can, you know, pack lightly, bring this dress. You can wear it to the, whatever you have in the day, and then take it out to dinner. It's so beautiful. It could go day to night.
Thank you. And you know, when you say day to night, what are your quick tips on going from day to night without changing clothes, but you know, just with accessories? How could one go from day to night?
Well, in what I'm wearing right now with your dress, I am wearing an over-knee boot. I can't show you only because the dress is a little long, so you can't tell but this boot that I'm wearing with this dress is so easy that I literally can be here on a Zoom or whatever, and then go out to dinner because it's just the perfect boot with the dress. So I think sometimes the shoe matters. You know, if you, I wouldn't wear a sneaker with this dress. It's too nice to like, you know, pair it street style like that. But I think, you know, if you wear the right shoe, you can make it all through the day, to be honest with you.
And I think to that, boots are like super versatile as well, depending on what style you're wearing. They can look badass to dainty and go from day to night super easily.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
an interesting point. And also, you know, when you said you're not wearing anything in the ears but just a necklace, I think that's such a neat idea, because I'm just wearing a pair of, you know, bold colored earrings and nothing in my neck. What do you think about how we accessorize, you know, minimalistically?
Yeah. I am really of the mindset less is more, but I know a lot of people right now like to have it all piled on. So I really think it's what you prefer. I work a lot with clothes. I work a lot with my hands. So I have this one ring that I just got from Catherine Jetter, and this is very easy. It doesn't get caught on anything. So I'm very practical in what I wear because of what I do. So if I had a different position, then maybe I would wear more rings, more everything. But really, I'm in the mindset of less is more. You never want to take away from the outfit you're wearing, and you also don't want to overpower the jewelry by just throwing so much on.
And that speaks to your personal style. So like, would you know what your personal style is called, like, you know?
Well, you know, I'm a California girl at heart, so I like to say I'm California cash. But compared to Boston, I think I'm a little more casual, but I do have an elegance to my style because I really do like to look good uh, in a fun way. Like, I don't want to outdate myself or outage myself, but I'm also very functional in what I do, so in what the way I dress. And so
Yeah,
I really go ahead.
please go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm really functional in the way that I dress. I also am very mindful of the way I shop. I shop like how I would shop for my clients, which is if I invest in a piece, I want to be able to wear it at least 5 different ways, unless it's, you know, a gown for something or a certain piece. But if I'm going to spend money on a dress, I want to make sure I can wear that dress with a bootie, with an over the knee boot, and then maybe, you know, a sneaker if I could. So I'm really thoughtful of how I put my money into my clothing.
And I mean, when you were talking, I was thinking your style is super chic. Like whenever I look at you, you look so elegant and chic to me. So that's definitely right. And it's so interesting. You spoke about investment dressing, because we are all so over shopping fast fashion and just filling our wardrobes with cheap pieces that serve no one. And I would love for you to talk more about it, because it's so interesting when you said when you invest in a dress, and a good quality dress can last super long and make you feel so good about yourself. And you think about these 5 ways you can wear it. If you can expand on that, because it's super interesting to me when you say that.
Sure. So a lot of times when I go into people's closet, they have so much, right? So they usually reach out to me when they are stuck or they feel overwhelmed. And typically what happens is we have so much in our closet that we can't even see what we have, right? So I'll pull stuff out and we're like, oh, I forgot I even had that. Or some things have tags on them. And so my approach is, let's take everything out and let's try it on, and let's really think about the things that we need to add to your wardrobe. And mind you, you don't have to buy everything at once, but this is where the thought of like, why don't we start with a belt? Let's see what we could do with this belt in your closet. And yes, it might be an expensive belt. Like sometimes it's okay to spend on a designer belt if you can pair it with like 5 different things. So I joke a lot because I bought this Valentino belt, and on my Instagram, I probably have shot it 75 times. But that's to show you really how many times I can wear it with how many different outfits. That's how I think. That's how I want people to shop. And I don't want you to sit there and you regret it. I want you to wear it. And that's the other piece, is wear your clothes. What are you waiting for? I mean, so I'm home in a Zoom. I'd still wear your dress right now, but we need to wear our clothes.
No, and that's perfect, because even in my closet, I used to have so many clothes, and oh my God, they just wouldn't fit because I would have so much stuff. And now I realize that I look at each and every piece and I look at them and I say, do I have a memory that brings me joy?
Yes.
Or will I wear this dress and will it make me happy? And if it's not making me happy, if it's not bringing a smile on my face, it's out. And fast fashion is the second most polluting industry in the world. So we need to be so mindful of how much we buy and how much we throw away, because these clothes don't deteriorate at all. So we need to, kind of figure out how our buying habits work with the nature, work with the environment. So, buy only good quality stuff that you can wear for long. It's not just a one-time wear and throw kind of a thing.
Right. Although I do have to say, sometimes if you want to just go buy that t-shirt to go under that blazer, like those are the type of things where I'm like, just go, spend a little bit on a t-shirt. Or like those kind of fast fashion things are just accessories. They just add. But like the staples, that real like blazers or like a really good wide leg pant, those are the things you should spend your money on.
Yes, and that's perfectly right, because when you kind of wear your classic pieces or staple pieces, if they're good quality, A, you're going to feel really good in them because they're going to fit really well, and B, they're going to last very long. It's not going to be like, after 1 or 2 where there's spilling on it or there are wrinkles that just wouldn't go away. So in that sense, it truly makes sense in investing in a good quality piece, because it's not about the money you're spending, it's about how that piece would make you feel in a long run,
and how much you can wear it. And about the money piece is, when you buy all this fast fashion, you are actually spending more sometimes than you do on one piece, because you aren't thinking about it, because you're thinking about quantity, but in all that quantity you're spending a ton of money.
And I mean, you can't even find those pieces sometimes. You dig your closet and you find this t-shirt that you bought 2 years ago with label intact, with the tags on it. And you're like, I didn't even know that I had this.
Right.
Because you spent $500 in buying fast fashion and you ended up just wearing 2 of them. Whereas if you spend that money in actually getting 2 good dresses, you would get a ton of compliments. You would make so many happy memories, and those would actually bring you true joy, because you wouldn't have to deal with 50 random clothes as well.
Right.
And it's been rightly said, what you own owns you as well. So, and I have moved 5 times in past 5 years, and I know that to be true.
That's a lot. That's a lot of moving and a lot of packing.
Yeah, and so I went from Boston to Dallas to Detroit to California now. And I started in Birmingham, Alabama when I was on Project Runway. So it's been so much of moving, and through all this journey, I have realized that I would rather have 10 things that are high quality, that bring me joy, than having boxes full of 100 things that make no sense and bring me no joy because the neck is stretched or the thing has holes in it after 2 washes, and that speaks to the quality of things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
On that note, why don't you show the other dress and talk about
I
it?
love this dress. So this is what I'm talking about when I say, I'm going to try to show it a little bit just so we could get the idea of the maxi dress. So, this is when I say, don't be afraid when you see something like this, because I see it and I think so much potential, but somebody might see it and say, whoa, that's a lot of print, right? But this is gorgeous on. So gorgeous. It's 26 degrees here in Boston, so I actually couldn't shoot it because it's so cold. But I love it. And I love, the versatility of this dress. I think also, this, you could put a belt around this if you wanted to make it fit a little, like bring in your silhouette a little bit. But I love the detail. How were you inspired by this?
It was, again, this is from the Mexico collection, inspired from Frida Kahlo. So all the print was actually hand drawn and hand painted by me. So it's watercolor. And when you go to Mexico City, it's like so much, the whole architecture, the food, the culture is vibrant. And it's, it's pattern on pattern, and, it's so many textures of flavors, of color, of things around you, of architecture, of stories, of, these stories of women with a lot of strength, and these dances. So I wanted to be a celebration in one dress.
It's a celebration.
Yeah, and that is what it is about. It's about celebration in that one piece. And print on print works so well when you do it right. And you can do it with a belt and it looks stunning. It's plissé fabric. So we actually have these hand painted stripes, bespoke printed on fabric. And then we do tiny pleats. They're all hand pleated. So it's a ton of handwork in that dress.
I love this.
Thank you. And again, it's all hand painted print put into, software, and then we print it on fabric. So all fabric is our own handmade fabric, and then converted into a dress. So this is this whole idea of celebrating life, Mexico style, Mexico City style, converted into a dress. And that's the idea behind it.
I love it. And I think this makes me think, when it's very hot and you want nothing touching your body, this is the perfect dress. Because it's just like free, you don't feel like tied in. It's just so freeing. I love it.
Yeah, and I wore it to one of my holidays, and oh my God, it was just, it's so much fun to have a maxi, loose, flowy maxi dress on when you are on a cruise vacation or at a beach or at a resort. You feel that you've dressed the part.
100%. This dress makes me happy, for sure. You got the party in there.
Thank you. And with that said, before we wrap it up, I want to tell everybody about the giveaway I'm doing with Tara. I'm going to be giving away $100 gift card to 2 people who sign up. I'm going to put the link in, who are going to sign up for our email list. And then they get to shop one-of-a-kind looks.
Amazing. Do it. That's such a great giveaway.
Thank you. And then, it's no questions asked. You just get to spend that money on my web shop and get whatever you want. If you want to go get yourself a custom dress, we do make, made to order custom dresses as well. It's for that.
Perfect. I think it's great. I would want to win it.
So all you need to do is click on the link, put your name, put your email, and if you think your friend's gonna like it, share it with a friend. We love you all. And what do you think about this video? If you have any questions, Tara and I would love to answer them. And just comment, share, and let us know what do you think. And I'll let Tara end the video.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. If you have any questions, if you want to know how this fits, if you have anything about questions about the two pieces I showed you, you could ask me. You could obviously ask any of us or both of us. And so thank you for having me. It's been a delight. Thank you.
And where can viewers watch your, see your work, Tara?
Oh, so you can follow me on Instagram at Tara West Fashion. You can check out my new podcast on Spotify or iTunes. It's called Shorts with Tara and Jill. And also my blog is on tarawestfashion.com.
That's so clever shots. I was just browsing through your social media and I was like, that's super interesting.
Yeah.
It sticks in your head, the word shots. So that's super neat. All the best for your podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And I will end by saying thank you for joining me and Tara for this live on, fashion advice and fashion tips by us. My name is Sandhya Garg. You might remember me from Project Runway season 13, Tim and Heidi's show. And you can see my work on sandhyagarg.com. And, just let me know what do you guys think. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Bye.
Bye.